See, I hope y'all can hear me. I don't know what's going on. Um, our video sound was not playing. Just contacted them. Now I'm getting a notice on Facebook saying that it has started. So maybe it has something to do with that. Uh, going to bring in our host now so I can make sure that their sounds are working. Tam and Jen, hello to the studio. Can y'all hear
Yeah, I
me?
can hear you. Can you hear me?
I
Can
can
y'all
hear.
hear me? Yes.
I hear you.
Okay,
Can you
great.
hear me?
I don't know why the sound.
Yes. Hear me?
Yes, yes,
All right,
yes,
great.
yes, yes, yes. Okay,
Yay!
Okay,
it's
okay.
a D. Okay. So we got a delay, so I had to say yes, 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 yes several times. So I don't
Okay.
know what's going on with I just sent a message to them with the studio. I'm trying to use this platform because I like comments can show on the screen with us. Hey there, Magnificent in the house. But
Hey, Mary.
uh, every broadcast, I'm having a new issue. Let me get this volume down on my phone. Yeah, and so I'm trying to use it, but they're gonna make me have to just use cancel a subscription. I'm just gonna have to use StreamYard because I like for everything to be in order. All
My
right, so
face
what's the
blocked.
word Thunderbirds?
I my face
Huh?
blocked.
Oh,
Your face blocked?
uh,
Yeah.
okay.
What's blocked?
It's got the live and the
I can see
time
you.
on
I see
there.
something going on with my sound. We can see you. We can see you just
Okay, I
fine.
guess as long as y'all can see
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, the audience can see you just fine. It's got the
Okay.
live up there by you. There. Uh-huh. We can change it. Let's see to what?
Ma-
Better
yeah,
change
Mary
the
said we
When your
thing.
couldn't. Okay,
screen has
they can
been
see me
yeah, that
now.
screen has
Okay, Mary. What about now? Can you see him now? Oh, okay. She did say your face blocked.
I know it was
Okay.
blocked.
So can you see now?
She says
Can
better.
you see? She say better. Well, we got you on spotlight, so now I got you. They can see you more than they
been.
can see Jen and me. All right.
Well, you can just switch out.
All right then.
Oh, there we go.
No, 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 no. We ain't. We're not switching any more buttons because that's not right. I'm already upset
Okay.
about that.
Okay.
So I was feeling cool, calm, and collected. Then got in
I don't
there
know
and
about y'all,
just
but y'all were like stuttering and freezing. Oops, connection issues. Said,
and you still breaking up. I, I don't know how you
it,
your end fixed, but yep, you're breaking up again.
it's
Maybe you should
here.
start focusing on your phone, and hopefully that will support. I don't have time to talk to you right now. I'm broadcasting. I'll contact y'all later. Let me tell them I'm live now. I can't talk. Go away. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, maybe you could try broadcasting on your phone, Jen, and maybe you won't have that problem. I don't know if
Can
your
you?
phone
I
broke
don't.
up. It's been so long since you've been on your phone. I can't remember if you broke up
I'm not
on
on my
your
phone.
phone or not. I know, but you were breaking up. We can hear you now. You breaking up, but we'll know as we get into it. All right,
On
so
my
Paul from
end,
Canada is not
on my
here,
end, I'm not.
but it's what hears that counts. And if me and Tim hear you breaking up, that means the audience hears you breaking up.
And
So anyway, we're
it
gonna do the
said it
best we
worked.
can, and then next time come in on your phone and see if the phone won't break up. Okay. All right, let me put Mary's hello everyone up there. We
Y'all,
don't
What's
want
up,
to slight
Mary?
our
All right, Mary.
we don't want to slight our okay, so I'm gonna say we are live. Come on in. Because we got a lot to talk about.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, get out my broadcast. Uh, all right then. So we gonna try to be the South start us out tonight. Tim, what you
Yes.
got?
How you
y'all
doing?
hear me at all?
Oh, you know what I
I
want to
didn't
talk about.
understand.
I want.
I'm gonna
Well, you got the floor. Go ahead. You
Okay.
got the
Okay.
floor because
Okay.
Jen working with the sounds.
Okay. Okay. Well, listen here. Everybody done seen it. I'm quite sure everybody has heard it. I want to know what was going on with the raid at
Don't forget about
President
our pen
Trump residence.
names.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't forget about our pen names. Our pen names.
Okay, but he ain't
We
got
forgot
one.
Leo.
Yeah. Okay,
Leo.
Leo. I want to know what.
Somebody
I
Leo's
want to know
house.
what the raid was. Yeah, well, I want to know what the raid was all about at Leo's house.
You and the world. You
Huh?
and the world because no one else. They won't tell.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he had more. It was
DOJ
more
won't
than just.
say. So you and wants to know. DOJ won't talk about
Yeah.
it. Department of Justice won't talk about it at all. So
Well,
okay,
he showed
Mary's
up.
back in
He showed
the
up for the
studio. I'm
hearing
putting
and
her
he
back
pleaded the
in.
fifth.
Well, this is right to do the Fifth Amendment, but
Yeah,
it wasn't about that. It wasn't the hearing wasn't about it was about something else totally different.
yeah.
So
It was supposed to be about documents.
um oh really?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I really didn't watch too much Ice, and I didn't watch much of that, so a little bit behind. So bring us up to date, Tim.
well, this is the
Go ahead and bring
explanation
us
that
on up
I
to
heard
date.
that the FBI was looking for. It was due to he had some classified information that was stored in his house and it
Mm,
wasn't supposed to be there. But they are saying that
mm.
only his group or circle of people could have known about that. So that means that Leo has a leak in his circle.
Well, the leak could be lying.
Say again.
Might got paid to lie. You know, the leak could have been paid to lie. The
That's
leak.
possibly true.
I see something going on with my sound. The
Yeah,
leak
we
could
got a
to
delay.
lie, just to bring about some distraction from November midterm
Yeah, yeah,
because Leo was it was to announce, I believe, that he's going to run, and they just wanted to try to stop that dead in its tracks. But
yeah.
see,
That's what I think
what is
too.
like people always want to go for the underdog, you
Yeah,
know. If you got to make somebody look like underdog, that's the one people gonna go for because
yeah,
they don't feel like
yeah.
you're doing them right.
Right. And I'm sure
Yes, our
they're
names are
nervous.
showing. Yeah, that's what everybody's saying.
Yeah,
But the thing of it is, that's not gonna stop Leo from coming back in there. The only
not
way
at
they can
all.
it can two things come out of this situation. They would have to indict him because in order for him not to be able to run again because
Right.
mhm, according to the book qualifications to be the president of the United States, you only have to be 35 years old, be a natural born citizen of the United States, and no criminal record. That's all.
right.
That's all the requirements you need to run for president of the United
Yeah.
States. See.
A-
So
And
look,
Leo knows that.
if they can't put in if they can't get an indictment before um, the midterm election, uh, because by that time, Leo's name will probably be on the ballot. They gonna all the votes gonna go to him because people are gonna always pulling for the underdog. That's just the
Yeah.
nature of the human spirit.
This is
It's
true. This is
always pull
true.
for the underdog. Okay,
Right.
right. So see what they doing is stupid. If you really didn't want to pull votes from away from the left, you never should have made that move. It's as
Right.
simple as that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
look, apparently, our show could convince a presidential election. Uh, I went to YouTube jail a week. They said that I was trying to influence a presidential election with 26 views, 26 total
Yeah.
views of the whole show. So
Yeah.
apparently, they they 26 views must have counted. They had to
Yeah.
come up with something like that, something
Right.
this
Yeah. Yeah.
unprecedented. Good grief, yeah. So I think that Jen has lost her connection, or she got frustrated with trying to work with her sound. Um, but maybe if she tried to come back in on her phone, that would be best. But
Okay. Okay.
anyway, we'll take the show on with you, Jen. Hopefully you can. Oh, she's trying to come back. She's coming in on her phone. Good idea. Okay, I'm bringing her back into the studio. Hey,
I dropped
Jen, there you go.
There you go.
Hang
That's
on, let me
okay.
turn
But
it sideways. There
now
we
we,
go.
There you go.
yeah, now you're not breaking up
You
at all.
good.
Yay. Well,
You good? Good.
um, I've been played with for days now, and it's getting a little aggravating.
I imagine it
Yeah,
is.
it does get aggravating. We were talking about the lead in Florida, but we were using our names, of course.
Of
Leo
course.
and Scorpio. Uh
Okay,
huh.
I can't see me on here, so I
And
can't
so,
tell if I'm in the right place.
Yeah. Yeah. I
oh
can see
no,
you.
yeah, we can see. Now you may not see like you did in your computer. A lot of people have told me they can't
Yeah.
see themselves on the phone. They just see me or Tim or something like that.
Okay.
Then
Well,
what's
I'm
up in the
turning it
sky? What are you
on.
looking?
Let's
You
see.
look at it from the TV.
I'm going to turn it on the
Okay, so you
computer
can
so
see
I can
yourself.
see if I can in the right spot here because I have no
We
idea.
were talking about the
Okay.
Yeah, you are. You in the right. Yeah,
TV.
you're in the right spot,
I'm going to
but you're
turn it
gonna have to
on the
turn the volume
computer
down
so
on
I
that
can see
TV.
the talking about the Okay.
Yeah, you are. You're in the
Yay.
right.
Got it.
You're in the right spot,
I'm going
but
to
you're
turn
gonna
it
have to
on the
turn the
computer
volume down
so
on
I
that
can
TV.
see
See how
It's
see
gonna
how
cause feedback.
Yeah, you are. You're in the
Yay.
right.
Got it.
I'm getting a
I'm
pound
going
of
to turn it
feedback.
on the
It's gonna cause feedback.
volume
Get
down.
it. You got to
Hang
turn that
on.
volume
I'm
on.
going to turn
Oh,
this volume
turn the volume all the way down.
down. Okay.
All the way
All
down.
right.
All
I
right, there
muted
you
it on
go.
the
Now,
computer.
there you go. But you can see yourself, right?
Yeah.
As long as you can
Okay.
see yourself, you're fine. We can tell you. Because Tim and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see exactly what the audience sees.
Yeah.
And you
I can
look
see.
great.
See you.
You look
Oh,
beautiful.
Good.
thank you.
So come on. So
Good.
come on with the word, Thunderbird.
Oh, Lord.
That's you, Jenny.
That's me.
Come on with the
Okay.
word about Florida.
Oh, it was another Sting by Leo. Yeah.
Uh
Um,
huh. Uh huh.
uh, the
Yeah,
information
we
that I
agree.
have.
Just saying, I just said it was a stupid scheme because everybody always pull for the underdog. If you don't want to pull votes from the left, that was the last thing you needed to do was something as stupid as this because all that does is make all the votes go to the right because now the right becomes
Yeah.
underdog and it's human
Yeah.
nature. for
Yeah,
people
yeah.
of no particular
We as the
party
people,
to always go for the under, right?
yeah, yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
we as the
Well,
people, no raid is gonna turn us away from Leo.
well, let me
No,
tell
ain't
you a
nobody
couple
gonna turn
things.
us away from no,
I, you know,
come on.
does everybody really believe that they got something that he didn't want them to get? I mean, they got what he wanted them to get. Okay,
Nobody
that's
believes
just common sense.
nobody
Yeah,
believes it. And then
this is
here's the deal. If you
this is
if your stuff is not that secure, then then that's your problem. That's a personal problem. If your stuff is not secure, right?
hey
That
I
means
would
you
think
went ahead
so.
and
Yeah,
that place
yeah.
is just as secure as the WH itself. Okay, I
That's what I'm
mean,
saying. Well, we already know it wasn't secure. So hey, there you go. There's a
well,
story. So that
you
means
know,
that John Doe off the street can walk in there and get some documents. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
yep.
So hey, that's your problem. Yeah. And then what makes you think Leo had him? The informer that said Leo had him was probably the one that got him. And those you need to be looking for him at the informer's house, isn't that right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a
that's
possibility.
what they said he had an informant.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep,
don't know if
and they said
it's
it came from his circle.
DOJ is not saying
I
anything about it. They don't. DOJ is not saying anything about it at all. What is that? Ernestine, who is this person right here? Ernestine got this
Veronica.
person. Veronica
Veronica
Jones.
Jones.
Who's that?
Isn't that the movie
Who is
star girl?
who's Veronica
I don't
Jones?
know.
I,
Talk
I
to
don't
us,
know.
Ernestine.
It sounds
That's it.
familiar.
Maybe that's informant.
Cocktails
I
over
don't know. But anyway, people are hard up for money right now because the economy is killing them.
Yeah,
And there's a
yeah,
whole lot of people that'll pick up a lie just to get paid some money, a good lump sum of money, and then uh, they end up dubbing the dummy that pays them the money, right? Just like before with the dossier report,
yeah,
okay? They paid
Yeah.
all these millions of dollars out to informants, and all the information turned out to be false. Okay, she said that
yeah.
she was trying to share the show with her daughter.
Just turning
Yeah,
into
so
a real bad fisher now.
these informants, look, they suffering through a bad economy just like the rest of us. And so, you can't believe every tale that somebody come running to tell you. That just vulnerable you are, you know, up there
Yeah,
Well,
on the
because
hill.
I didn't
That
see
just shows
anything
how
that was
vulnerable you
confiscated.
are.
as soon as I heard about this
But
happening, I
what
didn't hear about it till later, in the evening.
you
As soon as I found out what it was happening,
yeah,
I
yeah,
started
me
laughing
too.
because everybody was freaking out over it, and I'm like, "Oh my God, do y'all really think that he's so out of control?" And he is totally in
Freak out
control
because see,
that he didn't know this
I
was
know
going
this
to
one.
happen.
He's not freaking out either. He was up at Trump, up
Oh,
at Leo Tower. He was in New York
he
waiting
was just
to
waiting on them.
everybody.
He
Yeah,
was just waiting on them to make their next
But
move
then
so he could move
look,
forward with his move. That's just, plain and
no,
simple. This is
no,
war we're at.
and I'm common sense to you that if you slander somebody's name without proof, you face suit. You're facing
Yeah,
a big
yeah,
lawsuit, you know.
yeah,
And
yeah.
DOJ ain't saying a word. They can't say nothing because they ain't got nothing to say.
nah, they
And
ain't
so
got
they
nothing.
look
I said a
they gonna
long
get a
time
big
ago.
lawsuit snapped against
I said a long time
and
ago.
bring the
This was a
go
movie.
ahead.
Okay, this is all put on purpose to wake people up. Okay, that's just the plain and simple fact of it. And we are in World War III. Just because we're not, getting armed and having civil war and world war doesn't mean that we're not in a war. This is a technical war between good and evil. It's against
Mhm.
humanity.
Yeah,
Bad against humanity.
I agree.
And
I
and
agree.
all of this stuff that's been going on is just like Charlie Ward says, it's propaganda. Okay, it's to wake people up to the truth of what's going on while good people take down bad people in the background. They can't have the public in the way. Okay, so they got to put on this show that wakes the public up to what's really going on, and that's what's happening. And for people to believe that this was a shock event yesterday, uh, it's the one leading up to a shock event, and they're saying that it's going to be Leo being arrested. Well, that's all part of the show. They have nothing to arrest him
But
on.
Leo's not going to be arrested.
Yeah, I
Leo's
don't
not
think
going to
so
be
either.
arrested.
But
No.
that's what
So,
they're
uh-uh.
predicting. And for the show, it might happen because it's
No.
going to wake other people up.
Oh,
Yeah, I
no,
But
have
no,
to
no, no,
disagree with
no.
that one.
They're not that
but
crazy. They,
look,
No.
they are. I really do hope that they're not that crazy because if they think January 6th was something else, if they did that, that would just really be making a mockery out of
well,
what they are saying.
think
It's
about
being
it.
held so sacred
Think
that
about
you
it.
can't do that. You can't do that. If that would
But,
anger half the nation. You cannot do
Yeah,
nothing like that. You just
yeah,
that
but
would be
think
really
about it.
dumb.
But you got to
yeah,
think about how war works. Okay, they're not going to tell you what's happening, of course, but then you got to think about what would put shock in the world. I mean, they're
Well,
trying to wake
we got
people up
war
to the
coming with
truth.
China anyway. But we got war coming with China anyway because China's not backing down. They already still launching missiles that are doing the same procedure that
Well,
Putin took before he invaded Ukraine, and they keep trying to tell the sleeping that that China is getting ready to invade Taiwan. But no, they can't talk about that.
it's,
All they want to
it's
talk
all part
about
of
is
it's
fairy
all
tale
part of the
stuff.
propaganda. It's all part
All
of
I want to, all
propaganda.
I want to,
There's been a show going on,
this not
and
propaganda. I am telling you what I know from my vision is that China is going to attack Taiwan. They're going to
mm,
invade it, and you would think that the Hill would be more concerned about that, and that's what a lot of the anchors on the news, political shows, and news shows are saying. Why isn't the Hill worried more about the war, China
well,
invading Taiwan? Because see, that breaks the peace treaty of the NATO, and that would mean that we have to go Taiwan. Us right in the middle. Why isn't they
it's
more worried about that of paper?
well, I feel
because
that I feel that
15
it's
pages of
coming.
paper.
Yeah, the war is
I
definitely
saw it
coming
in a
simply
vision 2 years
because
ago, so I know China is going to invade Taiwan. I saw it in a vision. I tell you, I had this vision twice. I had it once last year
yeah,
and once the year before that, and it enacted in my vision in the same manner. There was so many
yeah,
planes and bombing and bullets and these foreigners was coming down down on these ropes out of these planes and helicopters and parachutes and just attacking everybody. They are going to
well,
invade. China is going to invade Taiwan.
here's the thing about that. Looking at it from a political scale, if I
Hey,
was going
Paul.
to go, if I was going to go to war with America, it will be done by me now, simply because Scorpio is so weak and he shows vulnerability. There's no backbone to him. He's indecisive. He's all over the place. Yeah, so if enemies were going to attack, it would definitely be doing his turn. Watch and see
That's
what I tell you.
exactly why they're doing what they're doing because
Yeah,
this is is the time to do it. If they never get another opportunity like this to
No,
show their butts,
yeah,
which is what they're doing. That's what
I
Putin is
agree.
doing. That's what China is doing, and Iran, because China has partnered with Iran in the last couple of days. A partnership, yep, to
Well,
for military
Mm,
military aid to each other.
interesting.
hmm I'm more concerned
I can't
about
see it.
that because it cuts off everything. When we go to war, look, we already suffering through inflation and
Yeah.
economy. And Jenny, you took the 21 days you were talking about. That would easily turn to 21 months. People wouldn't. We wouldn't have food in here. All of us would be standing in food lands because all the food
Well,
supply would be cut off worldwide, and
actually,
that's nothing. It's nothing good.
they have backup plans for all of that, and I'm not saying they can get to every single person, but if I'm going to say if I have information that is definite, but we're going to say if um, martial law takes over, and it just about has to at some point because people don't the people really don't know what's going on until they start seeing the EBS messages when it happens. Um, Things are going to switch over. That's why we're having the technical problems we're having. Okay, they're updating the hardware, I guess you could say, to be able to
Mm-hmm.
transition to the new system. And in the
Mm-hmm.
process, people are able to get in and mess with us like they've been doing for days with me. I mean, I'm lucky I'm on here right now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
uh, they'll mess with the system, but also in the testing of it, it messes with our system because while they're
Mm-hmm.
testing, we're getting the downfall of it because it's messing with our connection.
When you
Okay,
say testing, what do you mean?
Right.
Testing what?
that because at some point we're going to move over to what they call the um, quantum system. Okay, um, we're moving over to where a thing called Starlink will actually run all the media, the internet stuff. Everything's going to come from a satellite instead of all these towers. Um, they're
Mm.
setting it up to be transferred over. So once they can't just say, okay, shut it down, shut it back on. They have to make the equipment that we have now work with the new system. So in order
Mm.
to do that, they have to do upgrades and make tweaks and all that. And doing that, they're testing the system while we're on here, and it messes with our connection. But then it also leaves doors
So,
open for hackers and stuff to get in and mess with this, or people that don't like us to get in and mess with this. So
so,
we're battling two different issues while they fix it to be able to transition to the new system.
so are you saying that they're going to do away with digital? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's going to be all digital through a satellite instead of towers.
I have to disagree with that. Reason why I say that is because that could be struck down. That can be shot out of the skies in the
Well,
universe.
at
Yeah,
that point, and actually, I think it's already at that point. But at that point,
We
they won't
already
have
have a
the
satellite in
capability.
place. Well,
They
we
won't
yeah.
have the
already got
capability.
satellites.
We got
See
plenty
that?
of
We
them up
already
there.
got satellites in here.
Well,
Yeah.
not everybody.
And
Everybody.
that's what we get. Wait a minute. The United States already has how many, Tim? Did you
Too
say?
many to count.
Did
Too many to
you
count.
say?
Too many to
What
count.
is it?
Yeah, but
It's a
they're
lot
not
of them
all
up
good guys.
there. Yeah, but that's what we, not our what?
They're not all
That's where
good
the
guys.
towers are getting this from satellites in space. Big
Yeah.
guys. But Jenny,
See,
that's where the
it's
towers are
hard.
getting the
It's
signals
hard to
from.
explain in
There
here.
will be no
That's
way
why I keep
that
telling
you can
you.
transmit the what I'm telling you this, Jen, from a scientific physics point of view. Why do you think they have the towers in the first place? It's because they have a way to transmit meet between the two, the satellite and down here on Earth. If they don't have the towers, there's no way that one satellite or two or three, any of those satellites on their own could transmit signals to all over the world. Uh,
Paul said we're
Paul said
breaking
we're
up.
breaking up some. Yeah, well, we know we're doing the best.
And that's
We're
them
doing the
playing with
best
the
we can do.
system.
Yeah, we're working with it.
We're doing the best
Yeah,
we
look
can do. We're doing the best we
at
can do. But I watch space stuff all the time.
Yeah,
NASA,
I do
I
too.
watch. Next, NASA has its own television channel. If y'all have never out, y'all really need to check it out. They have their own television channel, and you do not have to subscribe. You have to have cable to get to it, but you probably can get it on your phone. You can watch the TV station.
you
Yeah, you
guys,
can.
who's got
You can
the
watch the
channel?
NASA TV station. No, you don't have. I don't know about YouTube, but I know you can go to NASA.com on your phone, and you can get to everything that NASA has. So you will be able
Yeah, I
to watch
see.
the NASA TV channel. They broadcast every day on from their own website, from the NASA website, and that's the
Well,
reason
we
why
established. We,
Tim and I having a problem with you saying is it be one big satellite.
no, I'm not. I didn't
You
say it
see
was
what I'm
going to be
talking
one
about
big
now?
satellite. I didn't say it was going to be one big satellite. I said the
Well, what is
system
it?
is
How?
moving
What's
from
what is it?
the system that we have
So
now
what is?
work, works through different
Uh-huh.
means. Okay. At some point, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
even it's hard to explain what I'm trying to say because we get our information from different sources. Basically, I don't trust mainstream media, and y'all watch TV. I can't watch TV because it's programming. That's why they call it TV programs because it's programming the masses.
Well,
Okay.
here's the thing about the quantum that you're talking about. When I worked in communications for its cable concern, it took a while, and I mean a good while, before we could transfer from analog to digital.
Hmm. And that's
So
what's happening now.
I don't disagree that they may be switching it to another form, but I know how long that transition took. So it's going to take a good long time before we even see that.
They've
Yeah.
been working on it for a good long time.
Yeah, I
We're
mean,
at the
I don't
time.
doubt that part of it. I don't. But like I say, I know how. I remember when that process took place, and it was spoon fed to the people.
I remember that too.
Yeah,
And it took years to get it set up.
yeah, yeah. And I was working directly in the Comcast Coxscape, and we were privy to a lot of information that the public didn't have. But it still was a process, and that's going to be the same thing to whatever they change it to. It's still going to have to be spoon fed to us. So yeah,
It
Well,
all
Jen, I
falls
do
into
agree with
place.
you. I agree with something that's going on with the system simply because computer now asks me every morning. I mean, it puts a message up on my computer because I have an antivirus software that is one of the best in the world, and not gonna say the name of it because I want to go in there trying to hack it. But I get a message now that my computer is going to restart outside of operating hours, and then I have a choice to restart it right then or just wait till it restarts on its own. Now I had not been getting that message, and it started I think day
I got it
before
this morning.
yesterday.
I
Day
got
before
it this
yesterday
morning. So
and this morning.
yeah, I
Is
got
it?
mine this morning, and it
So
restarted and
it is
everything.
something going
So
on.
yeah.
I don't know if it's what Jen
yeah,
Well,
I don't
is
doubt
talking
that.
about, but I know it's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, I
well,
don't doubt
it's
that.
all part of the change that's coming. I keep telling people get prepared. And this Leo thing event that happened Monday.
And
You know
I didn't
that
talk to tell you on my end. My power went out. My power went out yesterday, went out 3 times the day before. And it is so hard to keep food in, uh, and you have to keep in the freezer. or refrigerator.
exactly.
So
And
I'm gonna have
that's
a problem stocking up. I'm just gonna have to buy like chili beef stew and stuff like that to
well,
stock
see,
up
that's
on because
down here we already do that because of hurricanes.
Paul's
Hurricanes sometimes they take days to get here, and sometimes they just pop up out of the blue, and we'd have a day.
Paul said his
We
yeah.
have to
Facebook has
stay
been
prepared.
messing up some ever since Rogers cable internet went down for over a day across Canada. Millions were out. That's what
Yeah,
Paul was saying.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
it's
Well,
because
I'm going
certain
on.
platforms
We'll be China
when they do
too.
the change, when they
Could
do
be
the change,
it's China
Yeah, I'm putting
interference
them
too because
past them.
they already said China has stole. They have stole so much of our information that they never been for, and have stolen our intellectual property that they have not been punished for. Could be China in there too, messing with the system around since they are preparing to go to war. So
Makes
you
sense.
never know. Like I don't know whether it's what Jen is talking about, but it's something going on because I've been getting that message for 3 days now,
well,
and I don't
uh,
know why. I
I
don't know
honestly
why.
believe I really don't believe we're going to be at war because they said a long time ago we're going to need at least 80% plus people awake, and I think they are. And just because people aren't speaking up doesn't mean they're not awake. Um, there's a lot going on, and like I said, media's lying to y'all. It's just plain and simple. We've
But
got people, we've
you
got people on the ground reporting, and people that have connections to people. These news people, they are reading a script from dark people. Okay,
but
they
here's the
they
thing.
they fed this freaking the last that started in 19. They fed us a lie about what it was. They made us fear to walk out our door wearing the thing that's poisoning us. Okay, you're when you're wearing that, you're breathing in your own poisons, and it's been
You,
proven over and over again through just people like me or moms on the corner at the schoolhouse saying, "Here's the monitor. I just put this mask on. Here's the monitor. I'm going to stick it in here." And within 30 seconds, it's going off because she's breathing in her own poison. And
you know,
they made people put it on their children's face.
you know what? Here's the thing that I have. I try to be real careful when I talk about conspiracy, conspiracy, because what I remember is all the conspiracies were saying that the world was going to end when 2000 hit. Y'all
And
remember that? With
I've
all the
never been.
Yeah,
fallout
because
of
I had a
selfies and
party.
whatnot.
I had a New Year's. Me and my last husband, we had a New Year's Eve party on 2000, and I'm gonna tell you who had the best song out. He had a song out. Um, the comedian that smacked the dude at the award show. What's his name?
Oh,
Tim.
Will Smith,
That smacked Will
Will
Smith.
Smith,
Will
and
Smith had the Millennium song out. Yeah, yeah, but Will Smith was the one that had the Millennium song out. I think he made like $1 trillion that year off of that song about 3 months before the year 2000 hit. But me and my ex-husband, my last husband, we had a party. We had a New Year's Eve party here at the house, and that's all we played. That song was all we played, and then the countdown came. It was so funny. After the fireworks and everything went off, about 10 minutes, somebody said, "Well, we're still here."
still here. We still here.
I didn't believe it was. You know, people ask me why do I have such a mind like I do, and I think it's because I've never been uh in the media, having it in my face. And I'm a country girl. I was brought up on a cattle ranch. We didn't worry about that. We had a TV about that little, you know, and we never watched it. We never watched it.
Yeah.
And all my life, I spent my life in two tours of single parenthood. I've been a single mom for 40 years. Okay. And I didn't have time to go home and watch TV. I worked 80, 90 hours a
Uh-huh.
week.
That's
TV
understandable.
was
That's
not a part of
Bless
my
understandable.
your
life.
heart.
TV was not a part of my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
And then and it's been proven. It's a programmer. That's why they call it TV programs, because it's programming the masses. Okay. What's that?
Well, of course,
I keep.
I don't disagree with that.
Well, and
I
now,
agree. I
if you
agree with
don't
you.
disagree
It's
with that,
programming.
then can you at least have an open mind that they're lying to you now? I mean, these people
Oh,
have put fear
Well,
in the
yeah,
masses.
but it's just Jen, everybody lies. Now I have a mind like that. That's the way my mind is. I don't have a
Yeah,
one-sided lie. I don't have a two-sided lie. Everybody lies.
yes,
It
and I
I
doesn't
was
agree.
in
matter
the
what
service, so I
side they
can
are,
definitely.
whether they are
I was in the service,
Republicans.
so I definitely can
It
back
doesn't
that up.
matter what. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether they're Republican, whether they're Democrat, whether they're
They
independent.
all lie.
Everybody lies. They all
Yeah,
lie.
exactly. They all lie for
Okay. Now
their
let's
own
get that
reasons.
clear. And that's the reason why I do not believe one side, either side over the other side. I form my own opinions from what both sides are saying or what both sides are claiming. I don't believe
Well,
either side completely. I don't, because everybody lies, especially politicians. Every politician ever was, ever will be, ever has been, has lied.
okay,
That's
we
just the
all know
way it
that.
is. I work. I
I'm
work for the
talking
federal
about,
government. I work for the federal government for 13 years. Federal government lies. Okay,
yeah,
and I'm saying that
Every
from
day.
experience because I
yeah.
worked for the federal government for 13 years. So that's how I know that everybody lies. It doesn't matter what platform they come from.
Mm.
Every single body lies. So that's the reason why I don't believe one lie over the other lie. I
Well,
listen to
I'm
what their
telling you,
lies are or
I
what
know.
what claiming, and then I form my own opinion between the two.
Well, I do
And
know that.
sometimes, go ahead.
Okay, I do know, and of course it's my opinion, but I've seen the evidence, and I post it on my page all the time.
But
I post
evidence
the
lies
evidence of what's
too.
going on. I post the evidence of.
Evidence lies too. If you didn't put
Huh?
the evidence together yourself, it could be a lie. And you have
Well,
to come
people don't
to that
understand my
realization
process.
too. Somebody
People
wrote it.
don't understand. People don't understand my
Somebody wrote it.
process.
So you don't know why, but somebody wrote it, right? I
You don't
mean,
understand my process of
let's just face
research.
the truth, Jenny. Somebody asked a question.
You don't.
Somebody wrote it, right?
Yeah, somebody wrote it. Okay, but somebody wrote the Bible
Okay,
too. Okay,
true. I
right?
agree. True.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Okay. With that
And
said,
therefore, but when you take it to that step, since you brought that point up, we have a lot of people that don't believe the Bible. We have a lot of people that do believe the Bible, and we respect that, don't we?
oh
So
yeah,
you got, so you
I
got
don't
your
judge
evidence.
anybody.
There gonna be some people that don't believe your evidence, and there gonna be some people that believe your evidence, and you have to respect that,
And
right?
I don't have disrespect for anybody. I respect everybody's opinion and what they believe or don't believe. I have
Yes,
an
you do.
open mind.
You
I'm
do,
not going to
and
say
that's
you're
why I
wrong,
was
you're
just
wrong, you're wrong.
also.
I don't do that because I could be wrong. But I have to go by my faith and what I've done research on. I don't just pop up a video and say, "Oh, that sounds good. I'm going to post it." No, I don't do that. Okay. Now, a lot
Well,
when I started
yeah,
in
I
the
know, but we
beginning,
also like to give our source. When you're going broadcasting online, we do like to have a source. If you definitely say something that is uh
Well,
It's something that's
it's hard.
concrete. You can
It's
always
hard
say,
to.
don't have it handy. Just always say it's your opinion, and you have been doing that tonight. So I'm going to congratulate you right now. I'm giving you a compliment.
I'm getting
You are
better.
stating your opinion tonight.
Well, I do
You
have
are
to say,
stating
I do
your
have to.
opinion.
Well, I do have to say this. I've been a researcher all my life. I love information. I soak it in like a sponge. I know how to dig deep. I know how to jump them down those rabbit
I
holes and come back out. Okay, that's just who I am. That's the way I'm
yeah,
built. I have this
yeah.
analytical mind, and
There's nothing
And
wrong with that.
I
There's
mean,
nothing wrong with that.
have a legal degree.
and it's up to
There's nothing
them.
wrong with that. I have a legal social degree. I could paralegal, but I didn't become a paralegal to do work for somebody else. I became a paralegal to research, be able to know how to research for myself. So I agree with you. There's nothing wrong with knowing how to research and being a good researcher. That's a gift. That's a gift. So you have a gift, Jenny. You have a
Well,
gift.
and I enjoy sharing that gift because when I'm posting on my page, I know a lot of people like take it with a grain of salt, and I expect them to. I don't expect people to believe the way I believe. I put out what I put out with an open mind. I want somebody to come on there and talk to me, have a conversation with me, or have a healthy debate with me. I'm not going to hate you because you don't agree the way I think. But in saying that, especially when I first started this,
Oops.
um, I went on research on the people that were saying what they were saying. Okay, I had to find out. Okay, is this person, you know, somebody else? Yeah, I had to find out. Is this person telling their truth, or are they just making something up to get likes or get people to follow them and all this? So the people I listen to today, I did
Mhm.
deep dives on these people. I'm like, what kind of people are they? And there's only so much you can find. People can start their own personality online, and it has nothing to do with their real personality, right?
That's true.
I'm not one of those people.
Exactly.
Whether you trust that or not,
Dating sites
whether you
say it
trust
all
that or
the time.
not, yeah, I don't care about the likes. I don't even go looking to see how many people are looking. You know what I mean? I put out what I've done research on, and if it's I don't. I've gotten people that I trust enough to actually share their stuff because I've done the deep dive on them, and I haven't caught them telling lies yet. Every time they come
Yeah.
up with something new, I don't take it for value. I go look and see, did they just tell the truth? You know, and there are ways you there are
Well, yeah,
ways you
you
can
have
go find
to.
out if it's a lie on the surface or not. Now, whether
Well,
it's a
Yeah, you
lie, if
sure.
it's a lie underneath, if it's a lie underneath, that's like Secret Service. You do not know. Okay,
okay.
but,
Here's a prime
but
example. A prime example of what you're talking about. You remember when everybody was saying that we had UFOs, right? The
we
military
do.
Area 51 was denying. What happened
Yeah,
was it was so much overwhelming information that they had to come out and reveal some of it. But that
yeah,
in itself was a process. So they couldn't
yeah.
contain
Because
it because so many different people have seen it on different levels. Some say that they saw it, some has been abducted. So they had to.
Breaking up too. Tim,
Uh,
you breaking. Tim, Tim,
am I breaking up now?
You
yeah,
breaking
only
up
on your
too.
end, Emily. It's
Yeah,
fine
I
on
think
this
you're
end.
moving too
It's
much.
on your end.
Now I think
Is
that's
it
your
on my
movement.
end?
But okay,
It is.
okay.
The only one not that is breaking
Yeah,
up is you,
Phyllis.
Emily. Jim's fine.
Phyllis.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
breaking up,
I
Mom.
can see my green. Okay, go ahead. Okay, all right.
No,
It's on my end. Okay.
But what you
Well,
were
we had,
saying,
we had
Tim,
storms. Go
you're
ahead.
totally correct. You were totally correct about that. But
right.
see, it's all done by design. Long hundreds of years ago, somebody started, bad people, dark people, started messing with the DNA of society, and here we are with the result of it. I mean, we have young people that I'm gonna be
I don't know
upfront
what that
about
alien
this.
DNA.
I'm gonna be upfront
All of
about
us
this because I
have
was on
alien
the
DNA.
phone last night. But we have young people that are
Yeah.
conditioned to not care that they don't care about their own parent.
Oh
My
yeah,
daughter's one of them. My
yeah,
daughter,
yeah,
I
yeah.
would not see her if I didn't call her. I
But see,
mean,
it's a lot that goes on with that because you have to go into what they're listening to, what they are seeing, and you're absolutely right. This generation has such a false entitlement. They don't care. They don't care about themselves. You know what I mean? So this is something
people,
Yeah. Don't care about
yeah,
anybody else.
and people blame technology, but that's not where it started. It started in schools. I'm sorry, but that's the plain and
mm,
simple fact of it. The schools taught them, hey, they took writing out of school so the kid wouldn't use their brain to write a sentence. They stopped them from using their brain. My daughter, Emily, you know, we had her on your show, what, a year ago or two? Her artistic,
Oh,
oh my God,
2, a little over
my
2 years.
daughter is a freaking artist that nobody can touch. But has she drawn anything lately?
Yeah, she's
No,
really good.
she stopped.
She, she's a really great artist. Yes,
But you don't know it because
she's a
she
great
doesn't draw
artist.
anymore. What does she do? She sits out here on the porch and watches videos. I even told her pack her bags. She wanted to go off with her friends the other day. I said, pack your bags when you go because you're not coming back here. You know, she don't care. She has no clue what's happening to her. And people around her are trying to say, honey, wake up. Stop this. You're going to regret your actions today because you're doing nothing with your life. And she tells people I have a ball and chain around her ankle and stuff like that. That's the opposite of what's going on. You know, I want her. I
Okay,
don't
let's
want
look
her
at
under
what
my.
Paul has.
I don't want her under me. I want her out
Okay, hold
living
on,
a
Jen.
life. Yeah. What'd Paul say?
Okay, hold on, just a minute. Let's look at what Paul's saying. It was wrong to read the Lord's prayer from schools. But let me tell you, Paul, when I saw
You're
that, that's
right.
why I had to interrupt Jen for a
Yeah,
minute. I apologize,
I
Jen.
totally agree.
Hold on just a minute, Jen. That's why I had to interrupt Jen because I want to tell y'all what happened today. This was in Dakota, and I think it was South Dakota or North Dakota. But anyway, what happened was last night in the school board meeting, voted that school board voted to take the Pledge of Allegiance out of school because then there was this one man, just like the one woman that took the prayer that went to the Supreme Court and had prayer taken out of schools. There was this one man that said, one commissioner that said it should be taken out because it has the word God in it, and that the word God, God, is capitalized. And to him, that meant an acceptance of the Christian Judean, Judean faith, and that it did not recognize other faiths such as Muslim, Buddhism, Buddhism and so the school got the Pledge of Allegiance out of their school. The anchors are saying, the television anchors are saying, which is true because they're giving their personal opinion. And I agree with them. They're saying, okay, just watch, start, we're gonna start seeing other states follow the same suit. Just watch and see.
I
And
don't
my
believe
point
it.
is this: when they do stuff like that, I get upset when they do stuff like that because the founding father put God in the papers. If they believe in the Constitution so much, then why why did the founding fathers have God in there? Why you know what I'm saying? And my God is my God. My God could be a dinosaur. It's not necessary, and it is a Christian God. And that's the way the founding fathers saw it. And so a problem when people do that kind of stuff because it is not right. Um, because what it does is Paul said he agreed. Yeah. I mean, if you're a Buddhist, you're Buddhist. Your God is your God. If you're Muslim, you're Muslim. Your God is whatever you imagine your God to be. And my God is whatever I imagine my Jesus to be black, you know. And everybody put guess what? 80% of society is against that. They want Jesus to be white. But I imagine
No,
my
Jesus
Jesus is,
didn't know. How did how
and
did how
so
did
but that's
Jesus?
me.
Okay, for people who believe that, how did Jesus come from the Middle East and be white? I mean, look
There you
reasonably at
go.
this.
And
He's Jerusalem,
there you
Bethlehem,
go,
all that area is not white people. They're Middle Eastern people. I mean, really. Uh yeah.
Well, you
That's
know,
a ball
they
that goes on
to
forever.
they
piggyback
are
off of to
they're
piggyback off
scared.
of what you said, it's sort of like with society today, right? They don't discipline the children in
Mhm.
school. You can only discipline them at
Right,
home a certain amount. If not, they'll call the police on you, right? Now,
right,
imagine your child not dealing with any discipline at home. That's setting them up
right.
for failure to have criminal records, to be disciplinary by the police officers as well as correction officers. By the time they figure out what's going on, their life is gone. It's out of their hands. And there's so much violence that
Already
come with this
gone.
generation.
Mhm.
Yeah, this generation is extremely violent. And
Yeah.
like I say, the
That's
mistakes that this
exactly right.
generation
Yeah.
is making, yeah, the mistakes that this generation is making, there's no coming back from that because their crimes are like murder. It's that just serious. So they're throwing their whole life away.
Mhm.
By the time they'll be a totally different person 5 or 10 years from now. But their life has been gone and thrown away because of violent acts.
And
And
you
Yeah.
know,
and the prisons, it's more valuable to me to have your child in my prison than to have him in the school.
mhm,
Yeah. So
Prisons
money,
are privatized now.
money says
Right.
yeah.
yeah.
Yes. It's money. They're gonna pay me for
Oh,
having your child in my institution.
well, let's get to
Just
the
think if
border.
I okay,
Let's let's get to the border 'cause we run out of time, and I didn't want to bring this up.
okay,
All
okay.
right. So we had 390,000 illegal immigrants to come across the Eagle Pass area down in Del Rio, Texas. That river, Eagle Pass. They call it Eagle Pass this week. 390,000. So, governor of Texas, Abbott is the governor of Texas, and he been putting them on buses, sending them to D.C., Washington, and New York. So now, there's a feud going on between the governor, Adams
Abbott.
of New York, and Governor Abbott in Texas. But I have a solution, and my solution is
Mhm.
this. All right, so they're coming across a river. Why don't they just do? Don't they still have? Let me ask you this, Paul, from Canada, because I know you got a lot of rivers and water up there. Don't they still have piranha fish? Couldn't they just fill the river with piranha fish?
Now that's
But then
that's
they need
cruel and
no
inhumane.
sense.
That's cruel punishment and inhumane.
And then
Not
where
that
they gonna
ain't
get the
mine. The river
fish
gotta have water. The river is a place for fish. Why can't they just
from?
fill it up with piranha fish? And then they
Yeah, that
wouldn't
way they
come
can't
because
blame it on the human. They can say, hey, the fish did
they would have to
it.
do the proper.
Okay.
You
Okay.
Well, it's been
But I mean,
millions of Canada.
seriously. I mean, I would. I. I mean, they could throw in a few python, but see, I wouldn't say python because the python is definitely uh death sentence. But piranhas, they just bite. They some pieces out of you. You know, you gonna run back to the side real quick. You know, but you'll still be breathing and
So
alive.
walk through
You just gonna
that,
have a whole
huh?
lot. You just gonna have a whole lot. You just gonna have a whole lot of bites on your leg, and you're not gonna want to go back in that water. Now, isn't that a good solution, Jen?
uh, you know what?
Cruel and unusual. Cruel.
Well, they
Cruel and
wouldn't put the toe in
inhumane.
the water, would they?
How cool. They wouldn't. They would go through the proper channels. I'm not
They will
saying
find
that they
another
can't
way.
come over here. They need to come into the proper channel, the proper way. They can't come
Amen.
in no helicopters so they get shot down. So I mean, because you
Amen.
really doesn't cross the border illegally, and if you come through the air, and then this side of the United States territory would have a valid legal reason to shoot them down. So they're not gonna come through the air. They always
Yeah,
using the rivers.
yeah, that's the
So
worst
it
thing that
put the
they ever
piranha
could have
fish
did
put the
for us
piranha fish in the
busting.
rivers, and they would have to come through the proper gates. And
If
that's just
they'd
simple.
let Leo finish the wall and stop acting like idiots through the
Well, I
Sting
know that, but they
EL,
well, you fix
There's so many
then
criminal
that,
that
elements.
would have been a solution.
a faster way to handle it. Let's go get a whole bunch of have some piranha fish shipped in from wherever they are come from, whatever country. Start put them in, pull them in all the way down the river. They'll start multiplying, and that will take care of it real faster than trying to rebuild the wall, and that will force them to come through the proper. Now I'm just
They
serious
don't have
about
to
that,
rebuild it.
right?
They don't have to rebuild it. They just have to finish
Now,
it. And part of this Scorpio's new campaign things, because he thinks he's going to be running against Leo. He's going to finish the wall, and it was Leo's fault that it
Paul
didn't
said
get
the
finished.
piranha would.
It was Leo's fault it didn't get
Paul
finished.
said that no, it wasn't his fault. The Paul said those kind of fish wouldn't survive of them. This is Texas. Paul in Canada would survive in Texas. It's always warm and now, never any cold weather. So
Mm.
they would
It's
survive and they would thrive and they
tropical.
would multiply. And that would end the illegal immigrant border crossing across the river. It would end it. Just stop it right dead in its tracks. Right?
Yep,
And the river
you're right.
mostly on the United States side anyway.
Well, I
So
can tell
we
you
have the
this:
right to
crime
run
is
a
definitely finna
fishing area
go
we
up.
want to.
Crime is definitely finna go up with these people that they're busing off to these states. They have no idea what they're involved in, criminal elements. They're in gangs, etc., etc.
They're already
Watch and
bringing
see how crime
fentanyl. They're
spikes.
already bringing
A lot of
fentanyl.
people think it's thousands, honey. It's millions. It's
Yeah,
millions
yeah.
since January 20th, 2020. It's been millions.
Already
It's pitiful.
Okay,
fentanyl.
sorry. Um, and
Mm.
it's
Well,
a
we
real
got to get out
problem
of here.
because
It's
the
8:07
trafficking.
and it's time to cut. We got to watch
All
this
right.
clock. We got to stop watching the clock. We got to be out here about 8 o'clock. We went 7 minutes over tonight, but that won't happen on the next time. Everybody gonna watch their time and what we say. Okay, so we really want
Gotcha.
to wrap up about 7:55 so we can have 5 minutes for our closings.
All right.
All right, so Jenny, to you, closing remarks.
Closing remarks. Okay, believe me or not, it's my opinion. We are about to have a change that's going to rock your world. And I'm telling y'all, we prepared because of hurricanes, but we need to be more prepared than that. Um, keep your faith, keep your common sense. That's what's going to pull you through. Okay, that's that. There's going to be darker times to
All right,
come. But they will be short lived. And God bless everybody. Be safe. Peace.
okay, Tim.
All right. Another informative show. Good information. Uh, Looking forward to the next one. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet tonight. Just like to wish you all love, peace, and happiness, and be safe out there.
Amen.
All right. Well, I did tell both you guys, of course, but I just like to add to our. Thank y'all so much for tuning in because we know you got things to do, and but we thank you for stopping by here. We always have to thank you because the show is for you. We
Yes, it
like to
is.
do it too, but it's mostly for you. All right. So be joyful, in hope, and be patient in your application, y'all, and be faithful in your prayers. But always remember that free thought is a philosophy and not a policy. All right. That's our time. We'll see you guys next week, and we hope that the video sound comes on. It didn't on the intro. Like your peace sign, Jenny. Night night.